Hi everyone. Okay, basically I wanted to talk today about Beltane and just what I got up to really. I uploaded 3 short videos, one where I was in sort of like a meadow, another one where I was at the sort of well where I gave offerings to the gods and the spirits of the land, and another one where I was inside a druid circle. Okay, so just sort of wanted to go through the day really. I trekked toward the edge basically, and it's got a long history in witchcraft and the occult and stuff like that, and there's been quite a lot of famous witches that have gone there. And so yeah, I just sort of wanted to go there because I always feel a very deep connection towards it in regards to witchcraft. I mean, it's that well known. If people see you, they kind of assume what you are doing, and people don't really bat an eyelid because it's quite a normal thing for, you know, pagan holy days or any other days out of a witch's calendar. People just, you know, it's second nature, it doesn't really bother them. Okay, so I basically sort of got to the station. I had no idea where I was going, and I ended up going into like, there was a couple streets obviously that I had to walk to, but I ended up going like a sort of, it was almost like a really long alleyway, but it was covered in ivy. It was like a tunnel, and it was like some proper fairy stuff. It was like the secret garden, and as I walked through, I just came out into this massive meadow, this huge meadow, and which I've put on as a video, and I just felt proper overwhelmed. I felt overwhelmed by the energy, just by the atmosphere and by how everything felt. I mean, you've got to imagine I live in a city, so for me to get away to that for once in a while and escape all the stress and the hustle and bustle and just be me in a place where I feel accepted and I feel at one is great, and it's amazing. Now, I always grab a stick whenever I'm in the woods just to trek with, because there is a lot of slopes and stuff like that in the hills. And I've said for months now I want a stang, but every time I go to a woods or a natural place, it never feels right or anything like that. And I literally...
Show us your stang.
I'll show you my stang. I literally just got there, and the first thing I saw, just lying on the ground, and it was weird because it was like, I instantly knew that I was going to find my stang today. I knew, and I proper knew it in my head. No, I did. Honest to God, you're pulling your faces, Joshy, but I did. It's been stripped a bit. I mean, there's still more work that needs to be done to it, but the whole day I was just trekking through Alderley Edge with this. And then I trekked everywhere basically, trying to find a ritual place. I got to one place and got attacked by some black dog. It was just like, ah! And this dog was trying to eat all my food, like, that was given to the spirits of the land and the gods, and I was like, look, seriously. And then this woman's other little dog got trapped, so for half an hour she was shouting Fido, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to do the ritual here. And it was just kind of annoying because I had this stone with 3 candles on, and all you could hear in the background was, Fido! Fido! And it was just like, no, this is not going to happen. So I ended up going to sort of like a well place. And as I got to the well, I was trekking around it to make sure that, you know, there wasn't people there. And it was by a stream as well, and water is a great conduct for spirits. It's a great pathway in which for spirits and gods to travel. So I was like, brilliant. So I basically set up an altar there and gave offerings to the gods. Now, about 2 times at least, I had one runner completely run through like my compass round while I was doing the ritual, and I was just like, right, just try to ignore him. But obviously it's really off-putting. I mean, it's hard to find a place where it's quite private as well. Now, the second runner I saw, and he started running and actually clocked what I was doing and just ran back, and that was quite hilarious. But I kind of felt like the moment was gone. I felt like the moment was spoiled, and I just thought, you know when you think, oh, it's not going to work, you know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the moment I gave the offerings, it was so strange. The well hummed, like buzzed, basically like bees, and it was like a hive of bees. Now, I'm allergic to bees, so the moment I heard that, I freaked out completely. And I did. I completely freaked out, so I was looking around, but there was no bees, but it was actually coming from the well itself, which was really, really strange. So then I was like, right, there clearly has to be presence here and God's here, because I felt at that moment when it was buzzing, afterwards I felt them. And the moment I ended the ritual, all the animals went completely batshit crazy, like loads of crows cawing and just loads of different sounds coming from all the animals. It was really, really bizarre, but I knew that then I had linked in with the earth and I had connected with the spirit of the place. And it was so weird after that. Alderley Edge is a big place, it's a really big place, so obviously you've got to imagine I was trekking around trying to find the well. Now, at Beltane you make a pilgrimage to a well, and you normally sort of give offerings of coins and you wash yourself for like health and vitality and stuff like that. And it was weird because I was going up to people asking them where the well is, and it was like, you're so far away, I'd actually turned back. But I found it like within 10 minutes, and it was so strange because I knew where to go. And when leaving the edge, it came back exactly the same way that I went, the same paths, and it was so strange. But I honestly think that's a huge part of connecting with the spirit of place, with the genus loci, and I think that's so important when craft working, that you do connect with the spirit of the place, because I think that's the spirit of the place guided me my path home, and I do think that, and it guided me to the well, it guided me to other places where I needed to be in order to make this pilgrimage, in order to, you know, get the most out of today, and honour the spirits and gods and ancestors. So I really do think that serving the spirit of place is a really important aspect in the craft, because there are some times where people don't and piss the spirit of place off, and the spirit of place will just put people in loops, or it will get people lost, and you know, it can get pretty bad. And if you piss the spirit of the place off, there's no telling what could happen to you physically as well. It could send people that wish you harm your way. So it's really important to please and appease the spirit of the place and work with them and connect to them. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy really that I have a stain, and on Beltane of all days, I've got my altar set up here with the candles that I used. Do you want to do a little close up, Joshy? Red, green and white, the maypole. I've got the red for the rose queen, green for the young stag god, and white for the spirits of the place and the ancestors. Also I had a couple of acorns from today, and as well, don't freak out Josh, I found this, which is, you can't really see it properly, can you? It's like a dead butterfly. It's not really of any use in witchcraft, I just really like butterflies. So, he's laughing, but I just find them really pretty. I always think they mean a lot. I think they're a good sort of symbolism of spiritual growth, and I think they're really beautiful. But, yeah, so over and out. Basically, I just want to say I hope you all had a happy Beltane, and I just felt like I needed to tell you what I was doing and what I got up to. So, peace, take care.